Audio panel, test. Looks like they're going good.
Testing.
Databases are good. We are at 51 gallons now. Ramona, ground is 12165, which we're on. Towers 11987. Go ahead and install this thing. Procedure. Approach. KCR.
Terrain system test, okay.
We're doing the ILS 24. We're going to do Julian transition. Let's preview that. Looks good. So there's our course, and then there's our mist. Oh, it didn't load. Try that again. ILS 24. Julian. There it is. I don't know why I didn't do it before. Back and load approach. Okay, so there's the full approach, which we're not going to do. There it is. All right. Default. App. And all right, got our safe taxi up. We've loaded the approach. Rotating beacon is on. Parking brake, circuit breakers, master on. Under on. Okay, mixture rich. Carb heat's off. Fuel. Start on the right tank. Prime. Don't need to do it. Auxiliary fuel pump is on. Ignition switch. Clear prop. All right, we're in the green. Ignition switch on both. Fuel pumps off. Ground lean. Nav lights are on. Flaps coming up. Let's get the ATIS. 13202. Barely see it.
Ability 10 sky clear. Temperature 08 dew point 05. The altimeter 3021.
Remote ground. Remote ground. Tiger 74881 with Yankee at Pacific Executive. Ready to taxi.
Tiger 7481 Ramona ground. What's your destination?
Palomar. We'd like to do a practice approach. I'm an Alpha 5 Bravo.
Tiger 7481, Roger, you get squawk 0211, departure frequency 125.3, runway 27, taxi Alpha.
1253 and 0211 on the squawk, taxi 2781. Radios, we're on tower and you've got it in standby. Brakes are set, controls, left, up, right, up, back, down, all quadrants. Rudder's good. Up to 1800. I'm on the brakes. I'm on the brakes. A little bit of a drop. Left mag, slight drop. Right mag, drop. No more than 50 between them. 175 is going to drop. And a drop with the carpet. And it runs. And ground lane again. And back to under 1,000. Okay. There's our run up. Temperatures in the green arc. Sorry, green arc. Trim tab. Right about there. Flaps are up. Utilities. Frame prediction. KCRQ, compute. And RAM's available. Go to the system. GPS status. Ooh, lots of Need 6. Okay, so we are map and all the way in. Okay, so heading bug is going to start out on 5,000. 270. We're going to go a right crosswind departure. Make sure we're not going to hit any airspace here before we get on with SoCal. That would be embarrassing. Let's check our AP disconnect. All right, pitch roll mode. Autopilot's on. Disconnect, back on. That's another way to disconnect it. Flight director's on. We're going to go heading mode. Flight 270 will do a right turn to 360 on crosswind. I'm going to go up at 90 knots, which is VY. And then command bar is verified. Airbag. Let's just go ahead and brief this real quick since we can. ILS 24. It is current. 10. There's the current ILS receiver. 115.3. If we go missed, we're going to pick up the 145 radial. I'll put that down at the bottom, and we'll fly inbound. 145. So you see, we have a different VOR. If we go missed, we're going to fly to that radial and fly inbound.
Okay.
That's why we're putting 145 at the bottom, because we're flying to the radial instead of away from it. So that'll center it up. That's only if we go missed. We're not going to do that. But that's nav 2. It's for our missed approach in case you need it. Nav 1 is got the localizer frequency, right?
Okay.
For Palomar, and that's when we're going to go to Green Needles. We'll fly that because Green Needles will fly whatever that. The Purple Needles is GPS. So
all right.
that kind of makes sense, right? Okay, so we installed the approach. We don't know how we're probably going to get vectored. So we don't know, we can't like say direct to any of these things, right? Because we don't know where they're going to put us. They're probably going to put us somewhere between Zanig and Escon. They'll have us enter or join at that point. So that's why we're just going to leave all the points are in there in case, wherever they vector us to. Go back to map. Okay, so we're going to pick up once we join the localizer, we'll pick up a 245. That's a localizer final approach course. 326 feet is the airport elevation. ATIS 12015. We'll get that in standby because that's going to come up real fast for us. 12015. SoCal we got on there. We're on tower right now. SoCal's in backup. What we're going to do is we're going to join somewhere around here. Once we join either they're going to join the localizer or we'll join that final approach or the segment. We're not sure where. We'll cross Escon at above 3,300. Then descend to 2,600 for Wanab, and then Sidru's 2,300. At that point, we'll pick up the glide slope.
Ramona Tower, Scott 237 Tango Hotel.
That is our final approach course.
Inbound for
final approach fixed, so we'll be fully configured prior to that point. We'll continue down following the glide slope to an MDA of 5.27, which is low.
Confirm left downwind for runway 277 Tango Hotel.
Minimum. Come on. Yeah, minimum.
Left downwind 277 Tango Hotel.
5, 2, 7. There's our minimum, right? Bugged. So it should give us minimums, or remind us. So there's you've got different ways, like depending on your equipment.
Roger, left base 277.
You got the circling approach. Let's say the winds were favoring 06. You can still do the localize. You can still do the ILS, but then you're going to have to circle, come around, and land 6. That's why it's a higher MDA. You can't go below that if you're going to do circling. Localizer only. That's if you don't have the glide slope equipment to receive glide slope. Let's say you just have the localizer, then your MDA is 1,000 feet. We have glide slope and localizer, so we can go down to 527 is our MDA.
Okay.
That's a straight in. The S stands for straight in.
Okay.
You would never do a circling ILS on a straight in, right? That's why the minimums are higher, because you obviously have terrain and it's unsafe. 500 feet circling around would be unsafe. That's our decision point. So if we don't see the airport, when we hit that altitude, 527, as opposed to the MDA where we're flying to a point, like coming in here, we're flying, we're level at our MDA, but we're flying to the missed approach point. This has a glide slope. We're actually flying to an altitude. As long as we're on the glide slope, once we hit that altitude and we don't see the airport, we go missed.
Yep.
That makes sense. So that's the difference between a precision and a non-precision approach. What we did at Oceanside and here was a non-precision.
Okay.
We called dive and drive, and we got an MDA, not a DA. A DA is a decision altitude.
Uh-huh.
That's where we make our decision. MDA is our minimum descent altitude until we hit the missed approach point, or no further than the missed approach point.
All right.
Okay, so there we go. So we bugged it. If we go miss, which we won't, it's a straight ahead climb to 3,000. We're going to intercept that radial, turn right, and hold at Oceanside.
Okay.
That's our holder procedure. That's it.
Oh.
So we've got the airbag done. Canopy.
What is airbag?
So ATIS.
Oh.
Install the approach, which we did. Set your radios up, which we got radios and any nav aids that we need to set up. The nav aids, B is brief it, which we just did. A is to set our altitude, minimum altitude. And then G is the go around. Like what we're going to do if we go around. That's our airbag. You will have to know that. I didn't even know that until I started. Like the ground, they don't even talk about that.
Wow.
You don't even talk about that stuff. Canopy. We got the canopy already. All right, take off. Okay, clear left, clear right. All right, carb heat, clearance. Okay, a little aggressive on that leaning, but we'll just give it a little twist and be fine. All right, so. Motor Tower Tiger 74881, holding short runway 27, ready for takeoff, right crosswind departure.
Tiger 7481, Tower, runway 27, clear for takeoff, right crosswind departure approved.
Clear for takeoff, 2781. All right, lights, switches. Camera. Action. All right, climb checklist. Auxiliary fuel pumps off, lights, and mixture. Everything looks in the green?
Yes.
Tiger 881, they just picked it up. Your frequency change is approved, 125.3. Have a good day.
Over 1253, thank you much, 801.
Expedite your descent.
Approach, Tiger 74881, climbing out of 4,000 for 5,000, and we have Quebec.
Tiger 74881, SoCal approach, roger.
All right, so let's get the airbag again. Okay, we got that.
Nova 881, are you requesting a practice approach?
Yeah, I'd like to do the ILS 24 in Palomar, 81.
81, thanks. You're 4 miles from Mescon, turn left heading 270, maintain VFR. Practice approach approved, no separation services provided. And contact tower 118.6. Have a good day, sir.
Okay, left turn 270, practice approach approved, then to tower 81.
Nova 275, fly heading 090.
090, number 275.
Nova 042, fly heading 100.
042, flight 100.
Number 6 Echo Yankee, contact Montgomery Tower 119.2. They'll have lower for you when they can. Have a good day.
19.2, thanks for your help. 6 Echo Yankee. SoCal, Hawk 75733, 4,500.
75733, SoCal approach, the Miramar altimeter 3024.
3024, 733.
Okay, localizer is armed. Heading mode now.
Nova 042, proceed direct
Glide
to the
slope
left
is armed.
and descend at your discretion.
042, direct to Gillespie. Thank you.
Nova 5 Charlie Mike, fly.
Tower, Tiger 74881, joining the localizer, ILS 24.
Tiger 74881, Palomar Tower, runway 24, cleared 2 lines.
Clear land, 2481. All right, so we're descending onto the glide slope. All right, we're cleared for the approach. We're on the localizer.
So the localizer is that green triangle?
Yep, that's the localizer.
Glide slope's on the right.
Yeah, that's the glide slope.
Okay.
We still haven't hit it yet. We're still in vertical mode. We're still descending onto it. And that's white. That means it hasn't captured yet. It should be capturing any time now. There it is, starting to capture. All right, so we're going to configure, pick up that 90 knots, gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop, and switches.
Number 392, runway 24, cleared, stop and go. Cleared, stop and go on 24, 392.
All right, now we just enjoy the ride.
Mind if I get a close up?
Sure. I'm going to hand fly now. 1,000 feet to go. I'm just flying the needle. I'm flying that little ball. A little bit of a crosswind up here. Trying to keep it at 90 knots. That's the glide slope, and that's the localizer is that air. You know, it'll just go deflect left or right. 500 to go. If you look at the VASI, we're pretty much on.
Yep.
There's our coming up on minimums, approaching minimums, and minimums.
Minimums. Minimums.
Yeah, so land-based, green needles, purple needles, GPS. That was an ILS, which is Instrument Landing System. Theoretically, you could use the GPS to land, but it's not legal. You gotta, when that's green needles, that means it's receiving the ground-based signals.
Yeah.
If it's not green needles, you're not receiving that. You're using the GPS. So there's two components to the ILS. There's the localizer, and there's the glide slope.
Yep.
You got both those together, that makes it an ILS, but it's got to be ground-based. The localizer is like a VOR, but it's just directional for a runway. Well, VORs go all directions, right? It's the most precise approach there is with the instrument landing system, so the ILS. Now, if the ILS doesn't have a glide slope, it's called a localizer only.
Oh.
And you saw localizer minimums on that. So if the glide slope went out, we'd have to our decision our decision altitude would be 1,000. See, it says localizer.
Yep.
We wouldn't land. If the ceiling was 700 feet and the glide slope went out, we couldn't land here.